2, 1.
I'm here with the head football coach at Kean University, Dan Garrett. Coach, thank you so much for coming on today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
So my first question to you, Coach, is this. The season's just about to get underway. You know, kids are coming into school, getting ready. So far, how does the team look so far in this training camp?
We look good. We're excited to go up to Cornell in a couple days to get a real litmus test against them, Division I Ivy League school. We have a nice mix of young kids with some older kids, and we've been some nagging injuries to break camp now 13 days in. So the picture will definitely get cleaned up in the next couple days going up there to see what Cornell has to offer us.
It's certainly going to be an interesting matchup, and that kind of leads into my next question. Going into that matchup against Cornell, what are you looking for, you know, your whole team itself, you know, offense, defense, special teams? What are you looking for against a very tough opponent like Cornell? On
offense, we're looking at where you have a brand new quarterback who's been in our program for 3 years. His name is Rylan Pangborn. Rylan has waited patiently for his turn, so we'd like to see him step up in a game environment and be ready to handle the live bullet, so to speak. We lost 4 offensive linemen due to graduation last year, so we'd like to see how we handle the line of scrimmage. And we lost both senior tailbacks last year, so the offense has a lot to be proved yet on that scrimmage day. Defensively, we graduated probably one of the best players we've ever coached, Darren Hungerford, who was a Defensive Player of the Year in our conference, so we have some linebackers stepping in for the first time. Our defensive line is pretty well established. We've got a couple guys new on the back end, so we're really looking to see from that standpoint the linebacker play. And special teams, we're new everywhere. We have a new punter. We probably could have a new snapper out there. Our kicker's been beat up and banged up a little bit, so he hasn't kicked a lot this preseason camp, so there's a lot to be evaluated in the next 2 days up at Cornell.
That's certainly going to be something interesting to look forward to. Now, your first game is September 8th against Springfield here at home. What's really the message you want to give your team as you prepare for obviously the Cornell game coming in a few days, and then getting into the first game of the season against Springfield?
Our whole rally cry in the offseason, last year we were 4-6. We lost a combined 4 games by 9 plays that equaled 14 points. So we were in every game last year, and it's been discipline and finish. So the rally cry is every little thing does matter. The attention to details do make a difference, and those things have been the sounding board for us the entire preseason camp. This has to happen at Cornell. No matter how the game goes or what's going on, every position has to take that mindset to be disciplined and finish the job at hand and do your job. And if we can do that, Springfield, it's not about Springfield, it's about what we bring to the table, how we execute our assignments, and how tight we are as a team going into that game.
That's a very good point. And my last question to you is this, Coach. Obviously, you mentioned your record 4-6, and some people might say, that's not really good, but me personally, I look at it as a positive. There's always positives to look at. Yeah. What are some of the positives that you look for from last season that you could take into this year in trying to improve that record?
Well, when our offense got in the red zone last year, we didn't score. When we had opportunity to put touchdowns on the board, we didn't have touchdowns. We settled for field goals, and we had the opportunities to kick field goals. We missed them. And there was a game where special teams, 2 games, we lost mainly solely because we either missed kicks in the red zone or we didn't put 6 points in the red zone. Right. So, again, finish. If we can finish on offense, it doesn't just come down to stopping people. We got to be able to score points. So 4-6, the sounding board for us, it has to be something to improve on. 4-6 is not acceptable here for us. It's a losing season no matter how you look at it, and we've spent 9 months telling people when people say, hey, what was your record last year? And then we have to spit out 4-6, and I don't like how that sounds either. So it's not acceptable, but the positive is how close you are. And in this conference, which many people won't know, it's a razor-thin margin of error when you're playing everyone that's on our schedule. There's no pushover games. There's no easy games. If you do not bring your A game, you are going to lose if you don't execute properly.
Well, it's certainly always good to look at the positives, Coach, and I just want to say thank you very much for coming out today, and I wish you nothing but the best this upcoming season.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. Thanks.
I'm here with Matt Kreider, the defensive coordinator for the Kean football team. Coach, thank you very much for coming out today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
So my first question to you is this. So far, as you get relatively close to the beginning of the season, you have a upcoming matchup, a scrimmage against Cornell, and then September 8th against Springfield. How has your defense looked so far in training camp?
So far, I mean, we've been pleasantly surprised with some of the guys that we've moved around. We put a couple guys down in different spots, hoping that they would excel, and knock on wood to this point that they've done a great job executing their assignments, being at the right place, right time, and executing their assignments. So, so far so good. Obviously great on paper, but we're excited to see what that looks like in real life against Cornell this Friday.
Well, certainly everybody loves to see and wants to see what it looks like, once the games start. Now, my next question is, what are your expectations from a defensive standpoint? What are your expectations going into this season, and what would you like to see from your team by the end of the year?
Going into the season, I mean, a big thing with defense is making sure that we execute and making sure we limit mistakes. You know, when you do your job, when we're in the right positions, the big thing is just we want to make tackles. We want to, if the football touches our hands, we got to pick it off. If the ball's on the floor, we got to pick it up, and capitalizing on opportunities. From an expectation standpoint, similar to what Coach talked to you about earlier, we had some opportunities to make plays where footballs hit our hands and we didn't reel them in. And so, you know, execute and finish, discipline, those things are going to be integral for us, you know, in order to finish, in order to be successful on the defensive side of the ball.
No doubt about that. Now, my next question leads into, just for everybody here, I'm sure definitely a lot of players will watch this. What would be the message you would send to the defensive squad? What would be the one thing you would want to tell your squad as they prepare for the upcoming season?
Well, they should know the deal by now, but the big things that we always talk about is we always have to swarm to the ball. You know, the things that get you in trouble, your eyes and your feet. And we're out there for one purpose, and it's to get the ball back. So those three things we hang our hat on, and those three kind of simple things that go with defense, if we do those things well, we will be very, very good on the football field.
No question about that. Now, my last question is this, Coach. September 8th against Springfield here at home. How excited are you, and how excited is the whole team itself for this upcoming season?
Well, you wait 12 months for Christmas, and I've been waiting about 9 for this thing. So I'm really excited for this game.
I'm sure we all are. Well, Coach, thank you so much for coming today. Really appreciate it, and good luck this upcoming season.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time.
I'm here with Jerry Flora, the offensive coordinator for Kean University. Coach, thank you for coming on today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So my first question to you, Coach, is this. You know, guys got after it today. You know, it was a hot one out. But how do you think the team did, you know, overall?
I think that we've made strides throughout preseason camp, and we got some guys playing in some new positions and some guys getting a chance to make some things happen. So I think the biggest thing is just fighting through the heat, and I'm excited about you know, where we are and our progression going into the season.
We always have to fight through adversity, whether it be weather or whatever the case may be. And kind of brings me to my next question for you, Coach. You know, how do you think, you know, offensively, you know, the guys did today?
I think today they did well. I think that you know, after having a day and a half off and getting back after it, I think that they did really well in terms of grasping the game plan. It's only day 2. As you get into Wednesday, which is the final day before kind of you start to tone it down, that's when you kind of back it off. So yeah, I think they did fairly well today.
They certainly looked like it today, Coach. And my next question is that you guys had a chance to take on, you know, Division I Cornell. How do you think the team did against Cornell?
Well, Cornell's a good team, and I think that it was a good test for us. I think Coach Garrett did a really good thing by us squaring up against a competition that'd be comparable that we're going to see this week. You know, Springfield's a top 25 team, and Cornell's a very good football team. I think that we did some good things well. We did some things not so well, but you know, we made some corrections. But I think that overall, I think the guys came out with a lot of intensity, and I think overall, you know, score indicative of what the final score was. I think that we saw some really good things happen.
Well, that's a great point. And my last question to you, Coach, is this. You know, what type of message do you want to send, you know, to your offensive guys heading into the upcoming season?
Well, we just don't want to hurt ourselves. You know, we feel like we got as many weapons as they've had in years past and as some of the other teams have. But at the end of the day, it's not necessarily about who we're playing. It's about us. And if we worry about us and what we're doing and not make mistakes, then we'll be fine. It doesn't matter what team is out there, if they're wearing red, if they're wearing white, if they're wearing green, it doesn't matter. We just got to correct our own stuff.
Those are very good points, Coach. Well, I appreciate you coming on today, and good luck this upcoming season.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I'm here with Center Liam Christensen. Liam, thank you for coming out today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, first question is, how did practice go today?
It was a hot one, but you know that doesn't faze us. Coach always says, you know, embrace productive discomfort. Fatigue and the heat doesn't affect us.
It's a very good point. Now, leading my next question, you guys are coming up, obviously getting ready to, you know, start your first game. But I want to talk a little bit about, you guys had a scrimmage against Cornell last week. Tell us a little bit about how you think the guys did at that scrimmage.
Well, I mean, Cornell's a pretty big time Ivy League D1 program, and I think on the offensive line we handled them very well. Yeah, I mean, you know, we spread on them in the red zone, and we only got to play 2 quarters on them, but I think that we showed them, you know, we gave it our all. We did some good stuff.
Very nice job. Now, my last question to you, Liam, is this: you know, you're coming up on, you know, beginning of the season. You know, how excited is the team, and how excited are you to just really get the season underway?
I mean, we're fired up. I mean, we've been waiting for this all year. We worked our butts off in January in the weight room and in plyos all summer long. We had a really good camp, so we're going to give it our all to Springfield.
That's great. Well, Liam, thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the season.
I thank you. All right, I'll see you around, all right?
Thank you. I'm here with Rylan Pangborn, starting quarterback for Kean University. Rylan, thank you for coming on today. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for being here.
So my first question is, I know it was a hot one today here at practice, but how'd you think the guys did today?
I think it definitely went well. Coach Garrett talks about embracing the heat, embracing obstacles, and overcoming objectives and not obstacles. So I think we did that today.
What was some of the keys that you wanted to have going into this practice and, just continuing to get ready for the upcoming season?
Definitely. So yesterday we installed our game plan for the week coming up in Springfield. So really today was a work day, tomorrow will be a work day, and then Thursday will be more of a walkthrough. So we really wanted to come out here, attack the game plan, put in their defense, and really work at it towards that. Really just a hard work day today.
Well, that's great, and that kind of leads me to my next question. You guys, last week played against Cornell in a little scrimmage. Talk to me about how you felt, you personally did and the team and everybody in general against a very talented Cornell team.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was a very good litmus test for us. We saw a lot of things that we'll see out of different defenses that we'll face throughout the season. So just going in, we just really went in and played football. We really didn't have a game plan per se. We just went in and reacted to what they were giving us. So offensively, we did well. We had a lot of big plays we were able to do, and defense stuck with them. So it was really a good showing for us.
Awesome. And now my last question to you, Rylan, is this. You're coming up on first game of the season. I'm sure there's some nerves, some excitement. I mean, tell the folks how you're feeling about starting the upcoming 2018-19 season.
Yeah, definitely. I know as an offense, as a team, as a defense, as well as a team overall, I think we're very excited. We have a lot of leadership on the team, which is good, and then we have a lot of incoming talent that are both freshmen and then some sophomores that can really play for us. So we'll definitely be excited for this year.
Awesome, Rylan. Well, I appreciate you coming on today, taking the time, and good luck this upcoming season.
Thank you very much.
I'm here with Damon Small, defensive lineman for Kean University. Damon, thank you for coming on today. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
So, like I've asked everybody else, today was a hot one at practice, but how'd you think you personally and the team did today here out on this hot field today?
For myself, I think I put in some good work, definitely for this week coming up. And as a team, we're going up triple option, and I know the defense is pretty good. So I think as a team, we're getting accustomed to what they're running and everything. So I think we're going to be pretty good for this Saturday coming up.
Well, that's great. Well, that kind of leads me to my next question. What is one of the more difficult things to understand about, trying to defend the triple option?
It's more on reads because we'll probably overpower them if, we lined up and they just ran like our regular offense. But, they're a little smaller, but it's more on mental and not so more on power. So if you make the wrong mistake, no matter how big or fast you are, you're beat. So on triple option, I think it's definitely more mental. So you need to pay more attention, more eyes, and more film study, everything.
That's a very good point, Damien. And so my next question to you is, you guys had a scrimmage against Cornell. How do you think, the whole team did, especially the defense against a very talented Cornell team?
I believe our defense did pretty well against Cornell, for that being a Division I team. The speed was a little different. We had to, catch up to the speed a little bit. But for the way we played, we were just as physical, just as fast. So, I think as a team overall, offense and defense and even special teams, I think we were actually better than what I thought we was going to be.
Well, that's a very, very good analysis, Damien. And that, brings me to my last question. You're coming up on first game of the season, getting ready for the long 2018-19 season. Tell me how you're feeling.
I feel pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. We had a good spring. Had a really good spring. And then we brought in a lot of new guys this offseason in the summer, and they caught on really fast. So, sky's the limit for us 2018-2019 season.
The sky is certainly the limit there, Damon. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate it. Good luck this upcoming season.
Thank you.
From the campus of Kean University in Union, New Jersey, I'm Neil Villapiana.